Happy New Year. There's a saying in Russian, как Новый год встретишь, так и проведешь, which means the way that you will welcome the new year, that's how you will spend it. And you might be wondering what's with this background. I'm waiting for my car to be fixed, meaning on the way to work today, I realized that there is a new sign on my dashboard. When I looked at the sign looked pretty much like indication of the air pressure in my tires not being fine. So I had that before on my previous car that during winter when the temperature drops, um, the air pressure in the tires kind of changes and it needs to get pumped up again. So that's what I was doing today. I came in here in the, I believe it's Last Schwab's. Yeah, it's Last Schwab's, and I asked them to check the pressure in my tires and to get it back. And when they did that, they realized that there's a nail in my tire, and they told me that I need to get it fixed. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm in here at Last Schwab's tires, waiting for my car to get the tire fixed, and it's about 2 hour wait. So while I'm waiting, I decided to film a video for you. And what I want to talk about today is actually a job responsibility as software developer that is not really talked about that much. And I want to spread some light about it. And in this particular case, it's actually being on call as a software developer. The majority of softwares need to be supported 24/7. In my case, where I work, there's support 24/7, 365 days a year. Means that there's a developer who will be available um, any minute of the day to take care of an issue if something happens. And if you were to think about this, let's say if we were to think about and talk about Amazon, right? If something goes wrong, um, obviously somebody will need to help out as soon as possible. So let's say if I were to shop in the middle of the night, I just can't sleep, let's say, and I'm shopping on Amazon, and I realized that for whatever reason, I was charged twice on my credit card for a purchase that I did. So obviously, I want that to be fixed as soon as possible. So I'll call Amazon support center to get that solved as soon as possible. So maybe they have usually somebody who answers the phone, not necessarily a developer, somebody, an account manager or a customer service representative. And if there's something simple that they can fix, they obviously will help you right away. If not, if that needs a developer, obviously they will reach out to the developer who is on call. So that's kind of, they are software position, software development position that requires you to be on call. And it depends on the company you're working on. That on call might mean different things depending on the company that you work. My friend, she works at Amazon and she is on call weeks and weeks on end, and it's actually really exhausting. She got burned out from doing it. Um, I know for a fact that Microsoft also has developers on call. I don't know the details, I don't know the compensations or the schedule or anything like that. What do I know? I know what is at my current company, so that's what I will be talking about. Um, I will be sharing how is being on call or have being on pager duty um, as a software developer. So, as I mentioned previously, the company that I work for, we are doing an MES system for pulp and paper industry. So it's a manufacturing industry. So just to imagine the industry where the machines that the paper is produced on, it's really massive machines, really large, and they run every minute of the day, and having them down for a minute is thousands upon thousands of dollars, and obviously nobody wants that to be stopped. That will mean a lot of loss. So obviously the software that everything is running on needs to be reliable and work all the time. Therefore, our company, our software is supported 24/7, 365 days a year. meaning that a developer will be available any minute of the day to take care of any issues. So uh, that means me as a developer, I will be responsible to carry the pager somewhere from 4 to 5 times a year. And that means that either it will be a schedule of to pick up the pager from Monday after office closes until Friday when the office opens, or the other shift is from Friday when the office closes until Monday when the office opens, right? So there are two carriers. Is the weekdays carry or the weekend carry, and you can basically choose which one usually you are carrying. So, and that's basically all the developers. We carry about 4 times the carrier, the pager. So what does that really mean? So we have a bag, a pager bag, and in that bag is a phone. I believe it's a Samsung Galaxy S7 or something like that that has on it has installed PagerDuty app. And that PagerDuty app, it's in that case for that phone is a generic account where all the pages go if the customer tries to reach out to us. Also on that in that bag is an actual pager, like a pager that you see doctors having or something like that. It's kind of a backup pager. And also a phone that allows you to call internationally because we have customers all over the world. So obviously we have to provide support anywhere, so we need to be able to call them. And also in that bag is a manual how to reach out to customers. Like let's say you need to call somebody in Brazil or somebody in New Zealand, so it gives you all the information how to reach out, what is the area code, and so on. And also that is basically that what's in the bag. So how that works? So usually, let's say I have to pick up the pager and it's Monday to Friday. So obviously I'll be in the office. I'll grab the bag from the person who just carried over the weekend, and I'll have the pager with me until I need to drop it off. Um, and yeah, that's basically how that works. So I was on the pager duty Janu- since December 30th until January 3rd. And since we were all sick, I was not able to go to the office, and it happened that I had an account with the PagerDuty. So what I did, I just installed the app on my phone. I logged in, and I made sure that I changed the pager schedule from the generic account, the generic bag that we have with the phone, from that account to my account. So if there was customer trying to reach get some help, it will be able to reach out to me. So I installed that on my phone. I overwritten the schedule to make sure that all the pages come to my phone. And yeah, that was basically what I did. I didn't have to go to the office and pick it up. Usually I pick it up all the time, but since we were all sick, I stayed home and I didn't do that. So that's kind of how the pager duty works. About compensation, obviously, this is in at our company that this is considered kind of extra work or extra mile work or something like that, and you get compensated for that. So if you carry the pager, you get compensated for that. So it's regardless if you get paged or not, you get compensation for carrying the pager, and it's one flat fee, and it's less than $100. And if it happens that you get paged, if the customer calls you and you assist them, you also get paid for every pager that gets happens during your um, carry, and it's also less than $100, a flat fee. That is, and in that case, there are two categories. If you are the primary helper or assistant. So let's say if you are the person who carries the pager, you answer the phone, but it happens to be that is not your area of expertise and you're not able to help and you're reaching out to somebody else to help you. In that case, you are an assist and you get paid. I don't remember the amount of money. It's probably 25, no, it's not 25, it's less than $50. And if you are the primary, if you are the person who actually primary person who takes care of the problem and fixes it and speaks with the customer and all that, then you are the primary person who took care of the page, and you have I don't know, it's double the amount for the assist, I believe. And the compensation, if you carry the pager during the holidays, I think it's 3 times the normal rate of a pager carry. I don't remember the numbers off the top of my head. I don't know what Amazon does, how they compensate, if they pay extra for carrying the pager or not, or what Microsoft does. I don't know other companies if they also require developers to be on pager duty. I know for a fact that Microsoft and Amazon do, but I don't know other ones. So that's practically the compensations, how this happens. A few other random things about carrying the pager is that, let's say if you carry the pager during the weekdays, right? It's after hours, after 5 p.m. And if somebody pages you and you help them, it's basically, it might be 5 minutes, it might be 3 minutes, it might be 2 hours, 3 hours, 5 hours, it doesn't matter. You need to help them and get them going until the office opens. Well, actually, it's not until the office opens, until it's as soon as possible. You need to get them out of the emergency state as soon as possible. And sometimes that happens pretty fast, sometimes it might take hours. So I had pager carries where I actually had no pages at all and I didn't do anything. And I had pages that I was up all night. And obviously in that case, you usually allowed to stay home and sleep that day and not necessarily being in the office. But there are different cases. You might be not sleeping the entire night during the weekend, and you don't have to be next day in the office, but in that case you don't get that day back, right? So it depends on the situation. Like what happened during this carry that I had, December 31st, it was a short day for us, and I was paged right after the office closed, and I was paged at 4:20 p.m. And I was on the phone with the customer for about 6 hours. And here's where I said, when I started the video, I said that the way that you welcome the new year, that's how you will spend it. So New Year for Eastern European people, it's a big deal, right? It's not as a big deal as is here Christmas. For us, Christmas is kind of low key, right? But New Year is a huge event. It's big. We cook a lot. We have a huge meal, a fest. We get dressed up. We makeup on. We have hair made and all that stuff. And this New Year for me, it was different. Not only for me, but for my family, it was kind of challenging because we all were super sick. We had a nasty flu, and we were feeling horrible. But anyways, I cooked, and I was cooking the salads and everything. And then the pager went off, and I was on the phone for 6 hours. So imagine it's 10:30, New Year's Eve. Usually in this case, we already at the table, drinking something good, eating something savory, and also watching a show or something like that. In this case, I was on the phone. I was sick, and I didn't want to do anything. So why I said that the way that you welcome the year, that's how you'll spend it. I hope that is not true in this case, because I was working, I was sick, I was exhausted, I didn't have energy for anything. I was just like at 11:45 p.m. I just like the fireworks were going on. I didn't even look at them because I didn't want to do anything. So basically what I'm trying to say is that I hope it's not saying it's not true, because I don't want to spend the year sick, working all the time without energy for anything that I want to do, right? So I hope that just it's one off day and everything will be fine. What else did I want to say? I feel that I wanted to say something else about the pager, but I don't remember what. Um, yeah, I don't remember what. Yeah, but usually the pager, it's something that all of us understand that we need to do it, but at the same time we want to avoid it as much as possible. And sometimes when you get paged in the middle of the night, you realize, oh my god, comments are so useful. Like I previous pager, not this pager carry that I had, but previous ones. In the middle of the night, I was like, I fixed the problem, but still something was not correct. I was like, what's going on? It's like, why the numbers on the screen are correct, but they are negative. And I know they need to be positive. And then I look in the code, and the code is actually had a comment saying that here's we on purpose we are multiplying this to -1 and stuff like that. And it's like, oh yeah, that's why. So in that moment, it's like now I know why we need to add comments. And commenting code is useful sometimes. And in this case, it was definitely useful. In the middle of the night, the brain doesn't work at full capacity, and you can get all the help you can get. So yeah, so that's basically what I wanted to talk about. A responsibility that the majority of developers have to do, but not a lot of people are actually talking about it. So yeah, feel free to ask any questions about this. Feel free to ask for any clarifications. I'll be glad to answer those. And hopefully your new year was nicer than ours. You were not sick, and it was fun and interesting. So talk to you next time. Hopefully my car will be ready any minute now. Bye bye.